Hey guys, Shane here again with One Shift at a Time, and we're doing the NFL Power Rankings Week 2. We're going to jump right into it with number 10. New on the list, we got the New Orleans Saints, and they move up into the mix with an absolutely dismantling of the Green Bay Packers, 38-3. Just crazy. Their defense looked great. They managed to get Rodgers to throw 2 interceptions. He only threw 5 all of last year. He's thrown 2 in the first game. Not a good sign for him, but New Orleans' run game was just insane. They were throwing the ball. I mean, he only threw the ball. Winston only threw the ball 14 times, and he got 5 touchdowns. Like, that's absolutely insane. Just great game. They move on up. They're gonna take on the Carolina Panthers this week, so we'll see if they can continue to roll in Drew Brees' absence. Number 9, we got the San Francisco 49ers. They drop a spot to 9th as they didn't really look that good. They had a tough time with the lowly Lions holding on for a win there. In the fourth quarter they were outscored 16-3. The Lions almost came back, and that's really not a good sign. It looked like Trey Lance and Garoppolo were kind of sharing the workload. It's probably not a good sign for Garoppolo that Lance is already getting snaps. He could be on his way out, so we'll see. They do have an easier game this week, against the Eagles, so we'll see if they can bounce back. And number 8, we have the Baltimore Ravens. Oh wow, what a game that was, eh? That one Monday Nighter was a barn burner. I've never seen such an exciting overtime when it actually went back and forth. I think 3 different possessions. Crazy. Anyway, the Raiders are close to cracking the top 10 too. Another game like that, and they'll be in there. I think Lamar Jackson really silenced a lot of the critics. He threw some darts, some really good throws in this game. Of course, his run was insane. He put up some huge run numbers, and as well as his teammates there. I think they're looking good as always. It's going to be a huge test coming up this week as they face the Chiefs. They are down a spot though, just 1 spot. Number 7. Another team that's new to the list, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they had quite a game there against the Bills. Ben looks good, a lot better than that game against the Browns in the playoffs last year, that's for sure. Chase Claypool, he had a good run, only 1 touch for I think it was 26 yards, so good run from him. We'll see, they're looking good. Allen was looked very lost out there. The D really smothered him, so that's again good for the Steelers, and that's why they're up at 7th. They have a huge game coming up against the Raiders. Again, that's gonna see who stays in the top 10, or if the Raiders can crack in there. Number 6, down a spot as well, is the Cleveland Browns. I only dropped them 1 because that was a game, and they actually looked like they could have taken it for most of the game there, and made the Chiefs come back. That's the farthest Patrick Mahomes has ever been down and come back in a regular season game. So they really put it to him and gave him a battle. So it's a good sign. I mean, obviously being 0-1 doesn't really matter that you were close. This is football. Close doesn't count at all. But I think a little bit of a moral victory, perhaps. We'll see. They have a game against the Texans coming up. That should be a win for them, and if not, then we'll see if they drop a little further. Also, down a spot in number 5, we have the Buffalo Bills. They lost a close one to the Steelers, but I put that more on the great play of the Steelers rather than the bad play of the Bills. We'll see. Allen and company, they have an easier opponent this week, so we'll see what they can do when they go into Miami and face the Dolphins. Number 4, the biggest mover of the week, and they are up 6, and that is the Seattle Seahawks. They put on a clinic from start to finish in that game. They never looked down. They never looked to slow down, and they just dominated. So we'll see how that goes. There was a good team in the Colts too. It's not like they just beat some weak team. So see if they can keep Russ and the boys can keep cooking as they're at home against the Tennessee Titans this week. I think that's another one they can win, but we'll see. Number 3, also up 4 spots, we have the Los Angeles Rams. And this was the Sunday night game, and it was another great game, but they quite easily handed the Chicago Bills their loss there. And it was the first win in SoFi Stadium in front of fans, and that place was popping. It was really loud, so that is good to see. And it looks like, they've always had a good defense in LA there for the Rams, and it looks like they finally got their quarterback. Matthew Stafford looked great there, so we'll see. Stafford looked also confused. He's like, "What do you mean? My team's getting the ball back in good position." So it looked like it's just a good match. LA needed him, and he needed to get out of Detroit. So number 2, staying in the same place as the Chiefs. And once again, we already talked about what a great game that was. The Browns really took it to them, and you got to give it to the Chiefs there. They clawed back and overcame the deficit to win the game. But because they did have to make a comeback, they're staying in second place. Still a scary team. I'm not worried about them. But we are going to get to see a great quarterback battle this week as the Baltimore Ravens play. They're at the Baltimore Ravens, so should be a good game. See how those two quarterbacks go against each other. And still number 1, your reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This was definitely close as well, but again, I'm giving this more to Dak and the Cowboys, who are definitely knocking on the door of the top 10 as well. I definitely moved them up a lot, and it was good to see them playing so good and having Dak back, which was huge. So let's just hope they don't get injured, and the Cowboys are definitely moving up. But Brady he looked calm, he looked relaxed, got them down into position on the last drive of the game for the field goal to win. It's just standard for him, it seems. They welcomed the Falcons this week, and they should go up 2-0 there. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What's your top 10? Where am I wrong? Anyway, thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, share it around. You know the drill, and we'll see you in the next episode.